Hello, hello, hello. How you doing, y'all? I'm really happy to be here. Hope you can hear me clear enough. Um, I also had this music in the background. I'm going to turn it a bit down, even more. Anyway, so I would love if you could just send in the chat who are you, where are you from, and what is the time for you. And I will go first. Oh, we see David and George here. We hear you. That's good. That's good. Awesome. So the time for me is, what am I checking? it's 3 p.m. here in Israel. I know that George also in Israel. Yeah, so please feel free to say where you're coming from, where you're joining from. And today, I will be the only one here. Unfortunately, my dear friend Dima, the co-founder and CTO of Novu, is not going to join us this time, but I really hope I could manage. So, yeah, let's just dive straight into it. I have my dear colleagues and friends also here in the chat in case any of you will have questions or something that you would like to clarify. And yeah, let's just get started. So, something that we started to do, hey, Pawan, how are you doing? Something that we started to do some time ago, we had a bit of break, we had kind of on and off thing, is to actually mentioning and featuring our latest and kind of the most recent contributors. So it's something that I really want to get back in the front and kind of providing the opportunity for us to highlight those new people who are joining our community and who are helping us to build this great project. So for this, it's something that we're going to do every office hours. Hey Prosper, how you doing? It's something that we're going to do every office hours, like every 2 weeks. And for the past 2 weeks, we have 4 new contributors that have joined Novu's community. So here they are. We are really thankful to you all, and we really appreciate. I believe and hope that in 2 weeks on our next office hours, we could present even more names here and feature you guys. So really, thank you so much for coming and joining and helping us making it a reality. But of course, we also want to feature and appreciate those who are continue to help us and continue to contribute, basically folks who are not necessarily new to our community, but still have created and submitted a PR over the last 2 weeks. So those are our dear community members. Some of them already submitted before. Some of them, no, all of them submitted PRs before. Really want to just feature them again and say thank you all. And here as well, we really believe and hope that we could see many more names. We really appreciate any help that you can provide, and we just, again, thank each one of you. So, as you know, we recently finished and released the 0.12 release. It's something that, of course, we had the polishing season and many other kind of things that we released in the last one. And this specific session is about some sort of an overview or what you could expect in the upcoming release in the 0.13. And again, it's sort of provide and give some a hype up on the release and maybe get some of your early feedback on how it's going, and maybe some of your kind of contribution in a form of thoughts or in a form of ideation over our Discord server or maybe over GitHub. So let's just start and see what is going on. So something that we starting to work on quite recently, again, on this cycle, is to upgrade our getting starting page. So when we have new users that coming on and signing up to Novu, it's sometimes it could be not that intuitive. Of course, like every product, like every project, you need a proper onboarding, and it's something that we still in the exploration stage. We still kind of gathering all the feedback that we can. Something that we try to dig deeper into how to create this process as seamless and as intuitive as possible. And right now at this cycle, we actually going over and trying to do a configuration of some of like new steps, old steps, and basically create this new way of onboarding for people to have a better experience. Of course, if you had any kind of ideas or ways that, and this is for folks who been with us for some time already, if you have any ideas or thoughts on how we could make this process even better and improve it, of course, feel free to reach out to us and to tell us what you think, maybe basing on your particular experience back at the time, and that you believe that could be improved. Another thing that we are upgrading is the integration store. Basically, the way of how you could go and connect a new provider. And this flow is something, of course, again, like the onboarding and the getting starting flow, it's something that constantly will be improved and constantly will be worked on. And this time is basically just we collected feedback, we gather some ways and ideas of how it could be improved. And when the release is going to happen, the 0.13, I am really hoping that, I really hope that we could present it and showcase it, and of course get more of your thoughts and your ideas and feedback on this, because again, this is the overall experience. Sometimes you guys maybe would like to connect and try out a new provider, and maybe the process was not that seamless as it could be, and that's what we're trying to solve, and that's what we're trying to constantly improve. So again, I believe that it's really cool. A big feature that we had a while ago is the digest. So the digest engine is a really powerful thing that basically provides you the opportunity to digest the notifications that being sent to your users, to your subscribers, to our clients. And we did find out that many people having a bit of a hard time to maybe understand it or utilize it correctly. That's one of the reasons why we decided to go and improve the onboarding process of this feature, because we do believe that this is kind of the main key points where you try to improve the communication with your user instead of just bombarding your users with multiple notifications and about kind of different events or those kind of things. You digesting all like a chunk of notifications and sending up with a particular rule. It could be time-based, it could be something else. Basically, it's something that you need to decide for yourself, and by doing that, you are definitely improving the notification getting experience of your users. So this is what's called creating a better, more meaningful communication. And yeah, that's something that is definitely really powerful, really big, really, it's something that everyone needs, okay? And we just want to create this onboarding to this feature much easier. Another thing that we're starting to work on is basically the end-to-end provider testing. It's making sure that every time you connecting a provider, a new provider, let's say SendGrid or Twilio or any other one, you could really, we're doing this type of thing on the back end, like more to make sure that the configurations and the templates and basically the notification overall that you set up will be properly sent with this provider. So again, this is a very important thing. It's something that probably will not be experienced or kind of felt in the UI part, but it's something that would definitely help us to ensure that the notification templates that you working on really hard in maybe designing it and maybe kind of creating different sets of rules, that all of it will be managed and will be provided to your users with the provider that you set up. So really big, really important, and really important thing. Another, this is the auto creation of topics when adding subscribers. So basically, this is functionality when adding a new subscribers to a topic. What it means is if the topic doesn't exist, it's something that will just happen on the go or kind of on flight. It's something that you will not need to create this new topic. Once it's kind of figuring out that this topic does not exist, it creates it. So again, it's a really important feature. If you haven't really tested out and experienced the topic feature, I do believe that you should go and check that out and see how you can utilize it to the most efficient and most never mind. Just utilize it the best you can, all right? Okay, so by the way, if you have any questions, please make sure to write them down in the chat so my colleagues and I could address them or immediately or a bit further down the stream. So just make sure that you can utilize that. Another thing, so something that is going to be released on the 0.13 is the SMS sending testing mode. So what it means is we already have that for email. It's something that was released, I think, 2 versions ago. Basically, it means that once you signing into Novu and once you trying to feel your way into what you actually could do with Novu, instead of going and creating this sort of friction and the hassle of maybe find a provider and then kind of set the provider. And I mean, if it's something that you haven't done before and you would just like to use Novu as fast as possible just to see how it works, it's something that my friend David worked on. Basically, we already providing you kind of an out-of-the-box provider. I think we use SendGrid, and which means that you have a limit of 300 emails that you can send with kind of by our provider, kind of Novu's provider, which we use SendGrid, and that way you will not need to go and test out Novu using maybe your provider or set up kind of other providers. You just experience the flow as seamlessly as possible to understand how it works. Once you understand how it works and you don't need to set up all the other things, and again, you have a limit of 300 emails a month, you can understand, okay, it works just as I thought. It provide me with what I need. It kind of gives me everything I really want from this. And then you deciding what provider you want to use, and then you set it up. But this particular section, this particular feature is for you to test out Novu much more quickly and to understand how it works. So the SMS test mode, basically it's the same as we have for SendGrid with the email, but it's something that we're going to do probably with Twilio. Again, like SMS, like the email, we probably going to provide you with a limit, a monthly limit of SMS that you can send with our provider. Again, to test it out, to see how it works, to see how you can utilize our platform and the infrastructure as seamlessly as possible. And once you kind of get the idea, once you experienced it, all right, let's switch to another provider. Let's switch to my provider, and roll with that. And okay, again, this is also a great feature. Basically, it's a new filter. If you remember, or if you manage to experience, when you're creating a notification template, you also can set a filter to your notification. Like once a trigger been made and kind of once the trigger been triggered, you can set a filter of different things that could, for example, involve a subscriber that he did or not do a certain things. If you already sent him a notification a while ago, or it is kind of the subscriber is on the platform, like for example, if he is like in your app, in-app, you will not send him an email, or you will not send him a different kind of notification, because you want to communicate with your user and your subscriber where he's at. So that's why you need filters. So the filter that we're currently working on is the scene read filters, which means that it's based on if the notification that you set previously, for example, to your user, if the user read it or the user seen it, then don't send this notification, or send another one. Kind of, again, you creating the workflow, you creating the flow of the notification to make sure that the experience of your user will be as good as possible. Okay, so again, a really cool feature. I think that it could help a lot of people. It could answer a lot of use cases and create a better, again, communication with your clients and with your users. Now, of course, we also working on constantly, as well as on this cycle, on other things, a bit smaller things. I just wanted to highlight the big stuff, but we have many other things, many other tickets that we are working on, the backlog things. And we want you to know that every feature, every bug, every idea that you may have regarding Novu and regarding the infrastructure, we more than encourage you to just go to our GitHub issue page, or join our Discord server and submit there your question or your suggestion and kind of open an issue. So this particular kind of part is how you could contribute, because again, as we said earlier, we want to have as many contributors as possible. We want as many people as possible to come and join us and to help build this project. But sometimes folks who coming and kind of asking, okay, how can I contribute? How can I be a part of your project and to help out? Because I don't know, people have different set of skills, different kind of technology, tech stack. And all you need to do is just go to our GitHub repository, go to the issue section. As you can see from this cool GIF here, go to the sorting bar, make sure that you clicking in the unassigned issues and selecting something that you would like to work on. Again, this is really great way to start. But if you still have some sort of concerns, if you still have any questions and want to get support, maybe maybe it's not kind of particular how to contribute, but you just want to ask questions, you can do that, and we are most active in our Discord community. So basically, you joining to our Discord. I think that down below this video, you also will have a link to it, but if not, just go to our website, novu.co, or to our GitHub repo, and click there somewhere in the Discord logo. It probably will redirect you to our Discord server. Once you're there, go to the support channel, and in the support channel, you could, as you can see here, just type your question or type your thing. If it will catch some keywords or something that been raised before, it will highlight this. But if not, just kind of click create a new post, like this blue blue button. Try to describe it or elaborate as much as you can. Select a tag if it's an issue, if it's a question, if it's a discussion. And we will address it as fast as we can. Discord is basically our most active place and communication channel with our community and between us. So make sure that you're there. Make sure that you kind of part of the community. We would love to have you there. So now the general updates. So regarding the feature suggestion and kind of things that we try to collect as in terms of feedback, we really try to digest it as best as we can and make sure that all the features and all the ideas and all the bugs are being properly digested in our system. And soon, I believe and I hope and I really kind of striving for it, we could also have an feature upvote page where you can just go submit your request, submit your kind of suggestion, and then we could have kind of an upvote mechanism so you can go and help us to prioritize the things that you would like us to work on. That's about that. We have another thing that on Twitter, we started to post regularly, like daily updates on what's happening, some bugs that being fixed, some new features. So make sure that you follow us on Twitter because, again, we get more active there, so you will not miss anything. Of course, we have the same on our Discord servers if you are not kind of this social media fan. So does anyone have any questions, something that you would like us to address? Maybe I could help you with, or my colleague could help you here in the chat. Please feel free to type this now. And generally speaking, again, for all of you who came, I really want to thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for kind of supporting our project and supporting the work that we do. This is really helpful. I see that, Smita, you have a question. Typed it up. I would love to help. By the way, if anyone else have any further questions, something that you would like us to address, again, please feel free to write in the chat. If it's something that you think that you need a bit more time to elaborate and to kind of to form your thoughts correctly, and it's not kind of the best way or the best format to do so, head to our Discord server and we would like to address that. Okay, so I have, let's start kind of one by one. So do you guys have a roadmap to V1? Not important, just curious. So first of all, thank you, Mark, for bringing that up. We soon will have an outline of the roadmap. It's something that we are working on, and our PM, our product manager, Omer, is really tirelessly working on providing this. So it's something that's being requested for a long time, but it's something that will come up soon. And I hope that we could maybe in the upcoming kind of office hour in 2 weeks or maybe afterwards, we could announce that we actually have that. So stay tuned, Mark. Thank you for the question. So can we have a selection in docs to put the list of ideas where one can integrate Novu in their application? So it's a great question, and it's something that is could be really benefit us as Novu and for other users that coming up and try to test out and to understand how they can use Novu. So I think it's a great suggestion, and We definitely could do that. So you're saying that to add it to the docs, yeah, I think it could be a good idea. So if you could, Susmita, go and open it, maybe even as an issue over our GitHub, so we could definitely ensure that it will be addressed. It probably will be addressed by me, but I just want to make sure that it will be there. Okay. Yeah, it could be great. I really love if you could help with that. And of course, kind of as an extension to this question, it's for web and mobile application. Yeah, yeah, it definitely a great idea, something that we could definitely benefit from. And even more so, you could help us and every person who will try to kind of go and act upon an idea and integrate Novu into it, could help us with the feedback of the overall experience of, for example, the onboarding experience, the digest workflow, the notification template creation, and kind of all of it. So again, it's great. It's really great. Thank you for this suggestion. Anyone else? Anyone else? Do we have? Yeah, I mean, I'm really grateful, and it's like warming my heart to see the few folks who came, and especially my colleagues like Prosper, and we have also Muhammad that joined earlier. Again, thank you all, David, Pawan, George. You are great. You are great. All right. So if there are no further questions, by the way, last thing before I'm kind of wrapping this up. If you would like to submit a request or request us to showcase something or to present something on this office hours event, you can also submit this request. I also think that it's in the description down below. Yeah, and then kind of, hey, I want you to demonstrate how this feature, like X feature works. And we will do that. So Susmita also, will Novu be participating in GitHub? Okay, I'm not sure if it's a typo. Octobership as a partner, what does it mean? Could you clarify that, Susmita? I mean, I'm not sure that I totally understand. Octernship. Okay, octernship. So I haven't heard about it before. You wrote everything correctly, just for the record. I just searched it up. So I haven't heard about it before, but I definitely will look into it. Basically, if I'm understanding correctly, this is a program that offers verified students on GitHub Global Campus like an option to participate probably in supporting different open source projects. So it's definitely a cool idea. Thank you for bringing that up. Let's before it's not just I'm not thanking you for okay. I really thanked you for coming before, but let me. Yeah, okay. So anyway, regarding the new program, I will personally have a look at it. So thank you for this suggestion. I think it could be a great one. For those who don't know what it is, I just sent a link in the chat. So yeah, thank you for the suggestion. Yeah. Something that we actively working on currently is to create different events and different kind of ideas of maybe hackathons, maybe some sort of collaborations with other projects. And again, for being the most kind of updated and to make sure that you know the most kind of the most recent news about what we do at Novu, I think the best way to stay updated is through our Discord server, and there we'll just put updates. But yeah, thank you very much, Smita, for the suggestion. All right, all right. So I think that it could be a good moment to thank you again. Thank you for everyone who came and participated. Thank you for coming and enjoying and helping us. And if you have any feedback, even on this session and every other session, something that you would like us to do on the office hours, please reach out to me personally. I would like to know. I would like to make sure that we will improve. And yeah, so see you next time, and thank you all for coming. Bye-bye.